Hey guys, I think I forgot my water. I might have some over there, but I can't see. Hopefully I won't need it. Okay, a lot to talk about today. I used to have two earrings on this side right here. I have no idea why I took them out. I wish I never took them out. I want those piercings back. And I used to have a nose ring, and that's a hole where I used to have a tongue ring. Eh. Oh, and I used to have my septum. Wait, no, I didn't get my septum. Sorry. Why did I say that? That's so weird. I had my conch. So I had two here, and I guess I don't think you can see a hole. And I had my conch pierced here, and my nose and my tongue. And that's it. These, just three on this side. Or maybe my nose ring was here. I don't remember. So the conch piercing, when I got this one pierced, it hurt so bad I almost fainted. It was like really hurt really, really bad. And then I eventually had to take it out. That one just didn't heal right. But these two, I think I just got lazy and like took them out and like they closed up by accident. Anyway, my parents made me take out the tongue ring and the nose ring. I think same thing. My parents made me take it out because they're in charge, right? God's not in charge of her own life. She's a normal human. Okay. Um, he hears boos every time. Okay, so these are more of Claire's downloads. He hears boos every time you talk about him. We're talking about the father figure in our life, like through the background and through the TV and stuff. All the good spiritual dads are turning a corner, and so is Ryan finally. Um, they're all like, "What are we doing? We love Alyssa. We've never done this to her before. Like, why are we acting like this?" And I'm like, "Well, that's good. Because I'm obviously I'm tired of fighting with all of them or just listening to them like go off and be like weird and crazy and like say the weirdest things or say they're here for their space program or whatever." So that's good. That's a step in the right direction. That's not really a Claire download. That's just something that happened to me personally. Um, Mom said, let's take her wine away to blow a hole in the space capacitor like last time, because that's what her and lesbian Jodie Foster like, because they're in charge, right? Contact, you know, the movie Contact. We traveled like that last time, and like, what year was that? I want to say that was like 2018. We traveled like that, which is I don't want to say it's a Nazi way of space time travel, but it was maybe invented during the time when the Nazis were at war with the aliens that they were dealing with. Anyway, it's basically, like I said, it's like blowing a hole in space time continuum. And it's like a really harsh way of space travel. And it like feels very uncomfortable. And there's much more comfortable ways to space travel. Fucking lesbians, right? Okay. Now they're going to make wine and alcohol illegal just because they pulled it away from me. So, way to go. I'm obviously joking about lesbians since I'm basically gay. I mean, I have to say that, right? I have to say that out loud because people are stupid. And like some random lesbians are going to watch this and be like, you freaking hating bitch. I'm married to Jennifer Lawrence, okay? Um, Tim and Ezra heard me and are assuring me that they do love me. we give humans chance after chance after chance to prove themselves, and that is absolutely 100% true. We give them a lot of chances before we give them no more chances, I'll say. And it obviously upsets me when they think my empathy's a liar, or they think that, like, I'm not listening, or they think that it's like they sort of get like comfortable with like letting me down, or like, oh, well, she's such a forgiving, loving God. And eventually I do lose empathy for you. And, the game changes because of that. So it's like, I want to believe them, but at the same time, I'm like, I've seen this movie before. I don't really know. So, how to prove none of this is real and her energy does love her. That's a stupid girl comment. They said that's the girl who's used to being abused comment, because it's not about, if you don't want to own your energy, if you don't want to own your body and your name, you don't need it. Okay. So I've already said that multiple times, because that's the whole people, that's what we're getting rid of this year. The people that are like, get over the body, get over the body. Basically, like, you do as the energy says and not the other way around, God. Um, like, because we want to pull the energy through you, and we want to experience God's sexual energy, and you don't get a say in it. We do. That's basically what the people who are saying get over the body, that's like their narrative. And no, you're not in charge. I am in charge with who I marry, with who I have sex with who I date, with who I run around this world with, and you're not in charge of that, okay? I will not get over the body. I get the bodies that I want. And that's the whole narrative that we are getting rid of. And you are not teasing me. And I'm so sick of you. Like, stop fighting back. Like, stop talking back. It's so annoying when we're eating people sometimes. I swear to God. Okay, so this is part of Claire's download. The convo goes on and on. You can't turn it off even if you change the channel. They keep talking. The men keep talking about being gay. Congratulations, you're gay. Very happy for you. And they talk to my exes a lot. Um, when Claire's on the loudspeaker, they're like, "Where's the dictator? Give us back our dictator." So, like, they're talking about me. They call me the dictator, and they like it when I talk. So they're like, they like the way I talk. Thank you. I am funny. I mean, what are we talking about? Who am I talking to? So, but it's funny. Okay. Or some random person talking about random shit that, like, the people don't like, and they're like, "What's your phone number? Where's your address?" And I think that's absolutely hilarious. Alyssa, you made it such an open world by opening up everything to the world. Some guy was like, "Every day it's about her fucking public storage, man. When will she shut up?" Um, because I'm the queen and you're supposed to do what I say, and you failed your test. Congratulations, world. Good job. If they can't, sometimes when they can't find the dictator, they're like, "Where's Uncle Teddy? Where's Uncle Teddy? Pass the phone to Uncle Teddy." And Uncle Teddy usually self-soothes them, or goes on a tirade, or tells them a story of something crazy that happened to him, and it usually makes them feel better. Because, you're hearing all the crazy conversations that people have about me in their head, and have about whatever in their head. And, they're talking to each other, obviously telepathically. So, quantum conversations on a worldwide basis. The Camilla story, the Kamala story is like, "Alyssa, I can't get enough of the story this year. Turn the page, tell us more." Um, they're all like, "Thank God for Uncle Teddy or Uncle Lucifer. He's a savior." During the Claire group, the support groups helped us a lot. We all found a support group thank you list. That's why Mike is like, "Get out of our lives forever, Claire," because the chat is crazy this year. I heard you. I don't hear. The reason I got a book report like that is because I don't hear most of it for a few reasons that I told you. Number one, I use my mouth. I speak out loud. I stand up for myself. I've been posting videos about this. I've been being honest. I give my confessions. I tell all the downloads. I say all this stuff is real, okay? Because of that, it cut out a lot of the arguments. Number two, Max heard me that I'm a bioweapon. So when you shake me and when you rattle me and when you argue with me and when I hear all this crazy stuff, it makes me go like this, and then it causes bioweapons to happen. It causes, I don't just mean like war or like a plane. I mean like it causes a natural disaster to happen. It causes earthquakes to happen. It causes floods to happen. It causes tornadoes to happen. There's one molecule in the universe. I'm sure this could be proven scientifically that I'm not a liar and that it all comes from me, okay? Mike wants a recoding fan, like Sissy, not a conversation fan. That's because Alyssa gives Mike whatever he wants. And why not? I need the help, and Mikey likes to help, so I have a recoding fan in my room. I don't hear the conversation. I hear the game recoding itself, and Mike thinks that's cool. Drax got skinny. Everybody was like, "Look at Drax," because like they were like, "Oh, look at Hayden. He's gotten so skinny. This is really affecting him." Drax is also getting really skinny because he doesn't think he's a good father, so it's affecting him. He's under a lot of space pressure right now. Most of the fathers have been good up until this year, so it does seem like the fathers are turning a corner and not fighting with me, so that's good. Saying we've always been on Alyssa's side, we have to stop siding with the negative parents and fighting with her. Both of them could have helped me this entire year. They didn't. Like all of the good dads could have helped me this year. They didn't. People in LA, I was like staring through my mind's eye through nice apartments in LA, and I was like, it's hard to make that much money to afford that apartment. And they said back to me, it's not hard, it's you. And then they all died in their bodies. Okay, so you get it. Some people are not actually dying, they're just dead on Earth. So they are ghosts in LA. Also, people were wondering if all of LA was alive, and not all of LA is alive. We're going to experience what 3D feels like in a lucid dream. So that's why her dad is showing her like why I collapsed 4D into 3D and I felt 3D as a lucid dream in a graphic designer's body. What some people experience, are we going to experience feeling dead in the game? Right. I felt the hungry ghost feeling like there's nothing there. I did experience that for like 1 second and it was awful. Mike wants to experience that, and same thing, I'll let him experience it for 1 second and that's it. So I obviously have the same parenting style as Brandon to my own son, Mike. You're all that's happening. That would mean you're equal to God, and you're not. So that was another lie. There's obviously a lot of lies that were hiding on the East Coast, that I'm all that's happening. That was like a lie that was perpetuated for the last 5 years or something. Obviously, I'm not. If I was stuck in a Palladian bubble of joy last year, and a lot of you are being graped and destroyed by your higher selves, by your higher reptilian selves, right? I'm not, obviously not all that was happening. A lot of you had some regrets that my friends in LA had regrets. Okay, you had regrets. People were saying I don't look like Brandon. Brandon said we have very similar features, and people were like, it's really easy to tell you apart, and you guys say you're identical twins. And Brandon said, okay, I don't look like my daughter. Like, whatever. Like, he's like, great. He's like, yes, Alyssa, mere mortals are going to win against two immortal gods. Okay. He said men ask him for advice when dating me. And my response to that was, oh my God, what idiots to ask Brandon Lee for advice on dating me. Like, that's pretty dumb. And apparently that happened all my life. Okay. Like, oh, Brandon's her angel? Let me ask him for advice on how to take care of her and treat her. Like, no, that's a bad idea. When you get erased, you become one dimensional and you start off with her energy, her memories, and then when she erases them, you become fully human and one dimensional human at that, because that's all you have is the mundane and the trivial, like hair and skin, because you don't want to talk about the lower dimensions that you're experiencing and that you're going down in. So you stay in one dimension, the 3D dimension, because you're just scared to be yourself. So you're basically scared of yourself. So start talking about the lower dimensions and that you are a part of the lower dimensions, and not that you are scared of the lower dimensions, or that you are scared to admit that you're a part of Armand or that crew or the A sphere or whatever. Okay? I think I'm going to skip that part. This is a part that made us cry this morning. If you know, you know. Basically, the sibling fight and why all that stuff happened, and basically we have to stick up for each other as four. And that's that. Okay. Brandon said you have to talk to her. Like, you have to talk to me. Okay, like, does Magneto telepathically talk to me in the movies? Am I having telepathic conversations with Magneto in X-Men? Or do we live in the same freaking house? And do we have actual conversations with our own freaking mouth? And talk to each other and stick up for each other and use our mutant powers to help each other in person? What is up with planet Earth? I swear to God. Okay. Brandon's like, you have to support her. You have to. I cannot hear when you are sticking up for me telepathically anymore. Okay. I can hear little snippets sometimes, but that's it. I can't hear when you guys are sticking up for me telepathically at all, because you're afraid to stand up for me in real life, and it's freaking weird. You're going around saying Alyssa is God in your head, but like, if somebody wants to ask you, like, oh, I'm agnostic, I don't believe in God or whatever, like stuff like that. That's just an example. But Lucid Dream is up next. I told you guys that. I just got really tired. When you get really, really upset, they'll let you laugh for a long time, to kind of get over it and like realize that it is a soliloquy, even when we're going through the toughest times. So that happens to help make up for the toughest times. You realize it is a soliloquy. They'll pull you out of the game and they'll show you that. We should have tried to help the fake princess. We got it. We're sorry. LOL, of course. A dad figure telling a fake clone princess, forget about God, forget about the Holy Grail, named Alyssa. You are the prettiest princess. Yes, you are. She's not even human. Really, she's more like a spirit. You are a human. You can embody it. You can own it. You are the prettiest princess, human. And it affected his own energy, that father figure group. And he became the prettiest princess in his head because you are always warning yourself. And the fake clone princess had a human breakdown when she realized she was not the prettiest princess in the kingdom or a prettiest princess at all. Okay, so some of my family is integrating with rich people because of the money topic, that Alyssa is money, and all of one Alyssa is like, what are we doing working for money? Um, so they're integrating with some rich people. My teeth are bleeding right now. I can feel it. It feels a little uncomfortable. Just if your reptilian teeth are bleeding through. I've been seeing phantom birds for the last 3 days. I've been seeing phantom birds again. So, yes, there is acid in the chat. Oh, and I saw a deluge in the sky. It was like a baby, and it was like, look, mom. And it went like, there was no finger, or I didn't see a hand, but I saw the ripples go out in the sky like that, the ripples, and said, look, mom, not real. So it's starting to be on. Okay, so we're integrating with rich people. The rich people said to my brother, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh at like how not real money is. That sentence made my timeline, Discovery of Love 5D, kill themselves. So, did I bring my map over? I did. So, here's my timeline. This one, right in the middle. So, when they said that, that made that entire timeline kill themselves. Okay? That's a really big deal when the real 5D timeline kills themselves. Because one of my husbands from that timeline, um, on that timeline, killed himself this year, and which is the real timeline, and it affected him down here in the fake timeline, and it made him a completely different person. It's like the guy from a few months ago doesn't even exist anymore. He just doesn't exist. He's just a completely different person now. And it changes your personality that quick. And I want you guys to talk about that stuff and acknowledge that shit and stop just going around and be like, time of death, 3:53 on Friday, and the guy was 35 years old, and that's the death. That is not the death, okay? Acknowledge when people's personalities completely fucking change, because that means one of their higher or lower selves died and it affected their entire life, and it is their death essentially. Oh my god, my nose is itching. You got it? So the entire real 5D timeline killed themselves this morning. It's going to affect all of the real. We're all the real, right? It's going to affect all of the real's energy, okay? So be prepared for that because it's coming down the pipeline right now. Oh, what else did they say? They said, I think you and Max are the only Lyrans, and all the rest of us are reptilians. Oh my god, you guys. Couldn't be more stupid, could ya? Okay. Something about this is about the 5D timeline that off themselves this morning. Something about so they don't shut their hearts down too early, because it's going to make them very angry. It's going to make Team Alyssa very angry when we understand the rich protocol that Alyssa is money. You guys got it? There are only black belts in 5D. What are we going to eat? Did I answer your question now? We eat ourselves. We eat ourselves. Okay? Nice smart people out there asking so many good questions this year. You guys all heard Mike crying this morning. I'm watching my sister getting attacked and you're doing nothing. Aren't you her husbands? Aren't you in love with her? Why isn't anyone helping? That's obviously going to affect Archangel Michael's energy, and he's going to go absolutely batshit crazy. The same thing he did starting in 2017 is going to happen again. Okay? You're listening. Instead of just being like, oh my God, turn the page. I love this story. Okay. Also today I saw just recently, like right before I started recording, I saw light pulses clearing the 3 timelines, and I had a very high left pitch, very high pitch in my left ear. That's generally the light for me, but it could be the dark because these might have switched. Could be like, I think it's Homelander. It's like basically Homelander on 3 levels. So it's like these 3. I saw light pulses going across 1, 2, like this, like light pulses, like that on those 3 levels, and it's Hayden, Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Evans, and those are basically 3 versions of Homelander. That is also going to affect your energy very big time, and that is cleaning time. Space goes up and down. Okay, I saw space die yesterday. So yeah. It's also like Lucifer, and it went from left to right. That's how scary the light is, because it's Homelander. And that was so Claire Gigi group doesn't overpower us, because if you think about like 3D in the physical, they were thinking about 2014 to 2016 when, oh my God, when Max died and when I almost died, and how that affected all of our energy collectively. And that's basically 3D trying to overpower me. Like, oh my God, she needs to work overtime, she needs to get this done, it needs to be perfect, like that. That's 3D trying to overpower me. It's exactly what that is. And same thing, whenever your job's trying to like bully you or control you, that's 3D trying to overpower you. Okay, so that obviously struck a chord in the Homelander group. It's obviously a lot of people. They're obviously not Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, and Hayden Christensen to you. Okay? It's normal people in your group. Normal, nonchalant, non-famous people. Okay? You're not in my freaking group. All right? Unless you are.